been this way. So the best times of my life have been, sitting in a seat watching a live performance somewhere. Whether it's Stratford, Ontario, I live near Stratford, Ontario, in the theater, or Toronto. I've been out. Those are the best experience. Now I have to confess, though, I have never been to a Buddy Wassisname show.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Well, you've not lived.
I don't know why. It's just not that I missed somehow. Like, I lived in southwestern Ontario for 25 years, and you would play nearby, but somehow I guess I had 4 kids, and it was just a lot, because it's not. It would have been something I would love to do, but yeah, I did miss that. So, gap in my deprived life.
You'll have limited opportunity. We're going to do a few more shows in Newfoundland before we call ourselves really retired, but we've come off the road.
Yes.
We don't really intend to tour into the mainland. If some mainland venue decides to want to spend a whole pile of money to have us come up, we would do that, but we don't intend to arrange any more mainland tours. So anything we do now is going to be Newfoundland. We have an Arts and Culture Centre run coming up in October, in which we're going to do quite a few less. That doesn't even make sense to me. Few and less are two different things. But we're doing fewer shows. We're doing 2 in each one of the venues except St. John's, which we'll do 4. So that's going to be crazy. It's going to be mayhem at the box office, because we used to do 7 in Gander and 6 in Grand Falls, 8 in Corner Brook, and 10 in St. John's.
There's some economics there, supply and demand.
That's it, yeah.
I will have to try to get in early and
the only way getting tickets for that is to be early, yeah.
It's going to be like,
that's going to be crazy.
Start dialing that morning.
I don't look forward to the phone calls from the people at the touring office. No. Anyway, I'm putting that out of my mind for now.
Well, all good things, and all that, but everything runs a course, doesn't it? And I'm glad you're still going to be doing some shows, here and there, even if you were doing all sorts of tours and I missed it. So maybe now it's, like I said, supply and demand.
Maybe time.
Yeah, the supply. I think it's always that too. You have that mindset, when you have someone who tours regularly, and get them the next time, and then eventually it's like, so.
Right on.
But I will certainly look forward to some point taking in a show, and I will see you. So we have been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes. So I will let you go, and I will see you in February at the Writers in Winter event. And
looking forward to it, yeah.
I think my daughter wants to read. I'm going to double check with her. I'll drop you an email.
Good.
My daughter has just published a poetry book. It is. I helped her set it up online, and we self-published it. And we expect it in the mail, the proof copy, any day. So I suggested to her she read her poetry from that book, and she said yes.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, yeah.
I'd do that. So
yeah,
I
good.
will. She was there last year with me.
Very sort of thing we want this year, That's exactly what we want to hear. We just want to celebrate the unknown, and although we have Gary Collins, and Gary Collins arguably is probably one of the best-selling authors in the province now.
Oh, yes.
But his support is one of our mainstays, because he just endorses what we do so well, and he's always there as a pillar of strength, to get behind what we're doing. So
if I find out Gary's doing stuff, I try to do it anyway, because first of all, I love to hang out with him and Rose, and but he has such a way he's such a good mentor to the young people as well. He's
a beautiful, beautiful man with a personality that's so generous. He gives so much of himself.
Yeah, and it's always the first thing he says when he's doing book stuff is that if you need any help with anything or advice or just to have a chat or want me to, he puts himself right out there as someone who's available. So, and he says he's going to be there as well. So, I will see him then too. All right. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for your time. I will let you go back. I think it's snowing here. Oops.
Snowing here too.
You lost that window of good weather. There, it's done. You're in the
All right,
house.
Carolyn.
You're in the
Thank
house
you.
till June. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much for your time. You have a great day.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right.
You've been listening to Bridges radio program. Find us again next Friday at 8 p.m. Bridges is produced at Citadel House Studios in Lewisport, Newfoundland and Labrador, and is a collaborative project between Carolyn R. Parsons and Citadel House.